Mikey, why are we awake at 4 in the morning? Bro, I finally figured out why I'm not successful. Oh boy. Why? I have a millionaire morning routine. Starting tomorrow, I'm waking up at 4, meditating, running 5 miles, meal prepping, learning Spanish, launching a business, and reading a whole book. Before work? Yeah. So, when are you actually going to start working? Probably around noon. The morning routine takes 8 hours. Mikey, that's not a morning routine. That's your entire day. Exactly. You can't become a millionaire by cutting corners, Lewis. Are you doing any of this today? No, no. I start tomorrow. And that right there is why discipline feels impossible. What's going on? It's your boy, Louis Fa Sho. You know how we do. If you click this, you probably already know what you should be doing. That's what makes it so frustrating. You know you need to apply, practice, upload, start the business, whatever it is. But you keep telling yourself tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes and you do it again. I've done this with YouTube, my business, finding a job, trying to rebuild my life in my 40s. And after a while, I started thinking maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I don't want it bad enough. But that wasn't the problem. The real problem was I kept making promises to myself and then breaking them. After you do that enough times, bro, your own words stop meaning anything to you. That's what this video is really about. Not becoming some disciplined robot. Learning how to trust yourself again. I used to make these huge plans. Upload consistently, grow the business, apply for jobs, practice interviews, fix my sleep, get my whole life together. Starting Monday, of course. And writing it all down felt good. For like 10 minutes, I felt like I already changed my life. Then Monday actually shows up. One thing took longer than I thought. Something went wrong. I got tired. One task got pushed back. By Wednesday, the whole plan was cooked. Then I blame myself like, see, that's why you never get anywhere. But bro, if your plan only works when every day goes perfectly, that's not a plan. That's a fantasy. You see this all over YouTube. Wake up at 4, meditate, journal, cold plunge, run for 5 miles, meal prep, read a book, learn Spanish. Yo, you can do all that before work? By the time I finish that routine, I need a nap. And look, I'm not saying routines are bad. I train in the morning, that helps me. But the routine is supposed to help you do the work. It can't become the work. Because if you need 4 perfect hours before you can begin, what happens when you wake up late? Is the whole day over now? Like that though? That's when the routine stops helping and starts giving you another reason not to start. I used to do something called mental masturbation. Yeah, I said it. I'd lie in bed and watch one more motivational video, then one more tutorial, then another person explain the same thing in a different way. And in my head, I'm like, yo, for sure, I'm learning, I'm getting ready. Bro, I didn't do anything. I was watching somebody else do the thing I was supposed to be doing. That's why it felt so good. You get the feeling of progress without doing the uncomfortable part. Starting. Uploading something that might flop. Applying when you might get rejected. Practicing an interview answer and hearing yourself sound awkward. Information helps until it becomes the place you hide. Mikey, did you start your business yet? Not yet. I'm still researching. How long have you been researching? 7 months? What did you learn today? That I need to stop watching videos and take action. So, what are you going to do? I saved another video about it for later. This is why productive procrastination is hard to catch. It doesn't look lazy. You answered emails, organized files, fixed the website, watched the tutorial, made another checklist. So at the end of the day, you can say, I did a lot. Okay, but did you do the thing that actually changed your situation? That's the question. I can always find useful work for YouTube or my business. I like that work. It's fun for me. But sometimes the thing I really need to do is sit down and practice for a job interview. And then suddenly my brain finds 10 other emergencies. Bro, you're tripping. That's not productivity. That's avoidance with a nice outfit on. I also try to do too much at once. YouTube, business, job applications, interview practice, regular life. All of it feels important, so I bounce around. 20 minutes here, new tab, remember something else, check the phone, 2 hours gone. Now I feel behind. So the next day, I make an even bigger plan to catch up. Man, you know how we do. Now I'm overwhelmed before the day even starts. Some days I can get a lot done. Some days something is going to fall short. The part I had to accept is every goal cannot be number one at the same time. When everything is urgent, my brain doesn't become more disciplined. It freezes. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, you made a promise. Missing once isn't the end of the world. Life happens, all good. But when you keep making the same promises and keep ignoring it, eventually you stop believing yourself. You write down another schedule, but part of you already knows how this goes. You say Monday again. You get motivated for a few hours again. That's why another speech doesn't fix it. You don't need prettier words. You need evidence that your words still mean something. I didn't start doing this in my 40s. When I was younger, I always had a reason that the serious stuff could wait. Another weekend, another party, another girl I wanted to talk to. I figured I'd become focused later. Oh, what? You mean later doesn't magically turn you into a different person? Nope. You bring your habits with you. You bring your excuses too. Then one day you're the future version of yourself dealing with everything you kept pushing off. I know somebody in their 20s is watching this thinking, I still have time. You do. And somebody my age is thinking, man, I thought my life would be different by now. I get that too. Neither one of us needs shame. We need to stop spending the same problem to our future self. You know, you could stay home one weekend and work on your future. I am working on my future. How? My future wife could be inside this club. You said that last weekend. She probably couldn't get in. That's why I gotta check again. When are you actually gonna get serious? Right after this weekend. Bro, I'm you 20 years later. You keep saying that. So, did we at least find her? Here's the part that confuses me. I know I could be disciplined. I train when I don't feel like it. I track my food when it's boring. I've done that consistently for years. So saying I'm just lazy really doesn't add up. The difference is those things are clear now. I know when I'm training. I know what I'm doing. I know how to track the food. But YouTube, business, and finding a job comes with uncertainty. You can upload and nobody watches. Build something and nobody buys. Practice and still not get hired. That feels heavier. Sometimes I avoid that feeling by doing something I already know I'm good at. Here's a real example from my life right now. I've been applying for jobs. Applying is the easy part for me. You click, submit, next one. I can rack those up and feel productive. But if somebody calls, I need to be ready for that interview. That means practicing answers out loud, hearing myself mess up, doing it again. And bro, lately, I've been lazy about that part. I'd rather work on my business. I'd rather work on YouTube. Those are more fun. So I can work all day and still avoid that one thing I know I need to do. I'm not saying this because I mastered discipline. I caught myself doing the exact same thing this episode is about. So yeah, the missing piece is self-trust. Not how long you can suffer, not how intense your routine looks. Can you believe yourself when you say you're going to do something? You don't rebuild that by making a bigger promise. You rebuild it by keeping a smaller one. If I say, tonight, I'm going to memorize every interview question, I already know I'm probably not going to start. But I can put my phone away and practice one question out loud. That doesn't sound impressive. Good. It's small enough to do. And if I do it, I kept my word. Now that's proof. Rick the janitor, I'm trying to become more disciplined.
Did you do step 1?
I've made a 12-step system.
Don't have 12 steps.
What do I have?
1 step, you keep avoiding.
So what should I do?
Stop promising yourself 10 things. Promise yourself 1 thing, then do it.
Making the promise smaller does not mean making the dream smaller. It means making the starting point clear enough that your brain has less room to negotiate. Don't fix your whole career tonight. Practice one answer. Don't build a whole business this weekend. Do the task that puts something real into the world. Don't create the perfect YouTube channel. Write the first page, film the first minute, upload the first video. You might keep going, cool. But even if you only do the minimum, you kept your promise. Right now, that matters more than another big plan you won't follow. The question I'm asking now is simple. What am I avoiding now because it feels uncomfortable? Not impossible, not because I need more information. I just don't feel like facing it. Usually, I already know the answer. For me, it's practicing an interview answer before I disappear into YouTube or business work. Your thing might be making the call, opening the bill, walking to the gym, sending the application, publishing something people might judge. You don't have to finish the whole thing today, but one more tutorial is not the same as beginning. Motivation is a feeling. Evidence is something you can point to. You said 10 minutes and you did 10 minutes. Evidence. You said one application, one walk, one section of the video, and you did it. Evidence. The action comes first. Then your brain starts believing the new story because you kept giving it proof. And if you miss a day, don't turn it into a whole identity crisis. You missed one good day. All good. Come back and keep the next promise. Self-trust isn't built by being perfect. It's built by returning before one bad day becomes another abandoned plan. So stop asking how to change your whole life by Monday. What's that one thing you're avoiding? Make it small enough to do today. Not after this video, not after the perfect routine, not when you finally feel ready, today. For me, the promise isn't memorizing every interview answer tonight. It's putting my phone away and practicing one answer out loud. That's it. And if I keep going, oh, for sure. But first, I need to keep my word. Because I don't need another motivational video. I need evidence. And maybe you do too. Keep it today, then do it again tomorrow. We out? We out. And as always, don't forget to bring the shreds. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.
Sometimes the hardest promise to keep is the one nobody else knows you made. Maybe discipline begins when your own word finally matters, even when no one is watching.